Yeah. She gets it. Let's make up. Wanna see ya. I love picture. Wanna see ya.
I want to see you. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, we went on break. Yeah. Thank you. Welcome, Ma. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you. Welcome. I appreciate you. Please give me a thumbs up as you come in. It's only you that I want. It's like that. You need grace. Hello, Unique Grace. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you. Collins, welcome. Thank you so much. Come in, guys. Ah, wow. Welcome. I just got a notification that Time Off with Family is back. Whoa. Yeah, welcome, guys. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for joining me tonight on Love Night with Spice. Welcome, Unique Grace. Welcome, All for Health, Collins. I appreciate you all. God bless you all. Sorry, guys, in case you hear any noise, please. I have some work going on in my house right now. And I have some people here in case you hear some strange voices. There are some people working at the background here. So please, I already started the stream when they came in. I've been having technical issues with my Wi-Fi. So I really do appreciate you all. Thank you for joining me. You don't tell you now you like bedroom work now. You know they show for my live stream again. Now you need grace, eh? As this time now, that time you go grab a guy entire room. Anyway, thank you so much for coming. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And if you can share out, let's have more people join in on the stream. Okay, guys. What are we discussing today? Giving bouquet to a divorcee. You see, being a divorced person especially in Africa is really difficult. When a woman or a man is divorced, it's as if the person is second-hand goods, and people begin to refer them as after one, after two, or second-hand or used woman or a used man, used product already, which is so sad. And this is the reason why a lot of women would rather stay in their abusive marriage instead of walking away. But they would rather buy inside that marriage instead of walking away. Why? Because by the time they come, people regard them as second-hand. No, women of no value. As if the first man who got married to them removed something from them, which made them second-hand. And it's really heartbreaking. In as much as we have been celebrating Rita Dominic, my really Rita Dominic and Fidelis Anosike, we have been celebrating them for the past few days, and the wedding has been talk of the town. It's been glamorous, it's been awesome, it's been sweet and pleasant. I mean, the videos everywhere, left, right, and center. Like, we can't get enough of all their pictures and videos. But guess what? One person or two persons in their full job, but people will always come. Okay, they will always come to want to spoil the fun, want to spoil the vibe. They will always come with their negativity. They will always come with what do I even call that? They will always come with this wickedness in their heart to come spoil the fun. We all know that during Rita Dominic and the Fidelis Anosike's wedding, that when it goes to the time of throwing the bouquet, throwing the flower and letting the bridal, the single ladies there catch it. Rita Dominic wanted to throw it, and the women gathered, the single ladies who are waiting, who wanted to, they wanted to throw the flower. But you know what, guys? She had a second thought. Guess what? She had a second thought. Instead of throwing the flower, she turned around, walked out to Michelle Dede, her very good friend. Oh, I wouldn't say unfortunately, because life happens. It will happen to anyone. Her very good friend, she walked over to her, handed over the bouquet to her, and gave her a hug. Michelle was in tears. She was crying. Why? It was so emotional for me. I myself, I couldn't stand it. Like I had tears dropping down my eyes. Like it was just too emotional, just too sweet, just too beautiful. And she handed it over to her friend, prayed for her, wished. Then, guess what we saw on Instagram? This Uche Maduagwu, Afo, this Babele skeleton, this guy that you can hold and break him into two, this one that is already running mad on the street of Lagos, this one that is looking for recognition. And the only thing he thinks he can do now on his social media is to go naked, is to just do stupid and crazy things, trolling people, dragging his fellow colleagues, came on Instagram to write that it is actually a curse and it brings bad omen to, it's going to bring bad omen to Rita. Hey, the board fights, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you. That's going to bring bad omen to Rita Dominic, for giving out the bouquet to her divorced friend. That even spiritually has some implications. That even churches will not allow that. Hey, that's nothing I will not hear on the street of social media, honestly. There is nothing I will not hear from some people. Is it that, yeah, okay, can it be done that way? Of course it can. Look, once one is married and divorced, what's the big deal? What's the big deal if one is divorced? Men get married and get divorced. Women get married and get divorced. I don't see anything, I don't see a big deal with what Mr. Dominic did. And Uche Maduagwu isn't the only one doing this or spreading this nonsensical lies, if there's anything like that, or this nonsensical, errant nonsense lies around social media. He isn't doing. There's another woman who posted something like that again. And this left me wondering, wait, so how can a fellow woman feel is bad, that is a bad omen, for a married woman throwing a bouquet to hand it over, or even for a divorced person to catch the flower? People, you guys should answer me. How is that possible? I mean, giving the bouquet, yes, that's nothing wrong. It can be done. You can either decide to, I've seen a couple of persons who decided instead of throwing it. This lady that got married recently, hey, what's the name of this gospel artist that got married recently? Oh, I'm trying to remember her name. She did that. In fact, in her own case, she took the flower, she removed the bouquet, losing the bouquet, and handed over each rose to all the women there. It didn't go around, but at least as much as possible, the thing went far to a lot of single ladies who were waiting to catch it. She wanted to throw it. She wanted to throw the flower, but talk about now what joy. How is it for if you throw flower and you see young ladies who are supposed to be your friend, falling all over themselves just to pick up the flower? Is it something really fun? I know people do it, but at the end of the day, some women get injured. Some single ladies get injured because a lot of them are on high heels. And a lot of them are on skimpy stuff or very tight bridal train dresses. So when they throw it, you see these young ladies clamoring, falling all over themselves. I've seen one injure herself. One had dislocation the other time. The other one had wardrobe malfunction. Why? Because they were all struggling to pick up the bouquet. So yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Thank you. They were all struggling, and then people were just getting injured, just to catch that flower. Yes, it's so much fun to do on wedding day, but any woman who decides to just hand it over to a special person is understood, and there's nothing wrong with that. And in the case of Riri, our own celebrity, our own Rita Dominic, our one and only beautiful, gorgeous celebrity, she gave it to Michelle Dede. Michelle Dede is a divorcee. And I don't want to use F word, but what is wrong? What the F is wrong with people? Viv Hair Bundles, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. What is wrong with people? Why can't they just learn to mind their business? Welcome, Queen. Thank you so much for that thumbs up. I appreciate you. Why can't they learn to mind their business? What is this that it affects it brings bad omen to the marriage, and it has spiritual implications? Can Uche Maduagwu please tell me the spiritual implication of a divorcee holding a bouquet? Can he just list out the spiritual implications? Because why can't this miserable looking guy, I don't know, look at him like broomstick that you just hold and break? One miserable guy that is so frustrated in the Nollywood industry, he's no longer getting a job. All he has decided to do is to troll his fellow actors. And who takes him serious anyway? But what paid me is that another woman came out to say the same thing. So being a celebrity, bring a divorcee now, as even a divorced man or a divorced woman now is a plague, is a disease. So you now have to stay away. You will no longer be entitled to certain things. Is it abnormal to be married and divorced? Is it? This is why most women, that guy needs help, honestly. Thank you, Hair Bundles. That guy really needs urgent psychiatric attention. Before he will remove the remaining pant on his waist and run into the market. He's already running into the market with bra, running around with red bra. The one that he came out a couple of days ago to say that he's proud to be, a woman, even though he's a man, that he's proud to be. That's how you know that guy needs urgent psychiatric attention. He needs it. He's already in the market wearing red bra. A man with anyone being divorced. And we keep hearing about domestic violence. We keep hearing about abuse in marriage, buying of spouses. We hear this day and night. And a lot of young women and young men who are in very terrible marriage don't want to go out because of this stigmatization. Because of stigmatizing them that they are divorced. So they should rather remain there and fight or remain there suffering instead of walking out of that abusive marriage. Why would people, even churches are not doing that? Once a woman is divorced, it's difficult to wed her again. And they say that the Bible is against divorce. Hello? Oh, the Bible is against divorce, but the Bible is not against fornication and adultery. So rather have young men and young women fornicating and committing adultery everywhere instead of getting divorced and remarrying. Finding love. Sometimes people don't find their first love. Sometimes they marry the wrong person. And this is why we keep praying against marrying the wrong person. So a woman who is married to an abusive man or married to a very wicked man should remain in that marriage. A woman who is married to a criminal, a woman who is married to a ritualist, a woman who is married to anything named there, so should remain in that marriage because she wants to answer Mrs. instead of a divorcee. We can do better. He said that the red bra has gotten him more money than any certificate. That is what. Thank you so much. Thank you. Imagine this is the content for him. It has gotten him more money than certificate. Oh, is this not madness? Anybody that knows Uche Maduagwu should tag him and tell that his head is beginning to run mental. They need to check him into a psychiatrist. In fact, Yaba left should do something urgently about Uche Maduagwu's case. Yaba left need to get this guy, chain him, not tie him, chain him, handcuff him, and bundle him into Yaba left. Give him one, in fact, lock him up somewhere where he will remain until his brain resets. Because I don't think that guy is okay. Something is honestly wrong with him. Something is wrong with him. This same thing happened to Jim Wobodo some years ago when he wanted to marry a second wife. The church where he worshiped refused to wed him. Yes, discrimination. This is what this is all about. It is discrimination. It is stigmatization. It is totally wrong, absolutely wrong. They refused to wed him. This guy had to go all the way to Abuja, went to this non-denominational denominational church. I think it's a ecumenical center. That was where he wedded his wife, because he's a divorcee. So is it that we claim to be holy, we claim to be righteous, but we are quick to judge, we are quick to stigmatize, discriminate against people who are divorced. We are quick to point fingers instead of being happy that they have found love again, that somebody has found them worthy to be wives or husband. Unfortunately, even aside these people saying this thing, even amongst ourselves, young women and young men, a man wants to get married, and then when he hears that the woman is divorced, it's as if the woman is plagued with something. It's as if you hear that she has the COVID, or that she has Ebola, or she has any infectious disease. And no, I can't. Why not? That divorced woman you think is after one, or you think is second hand, or you think is less, is worth more than a lot of people who have not even gotten married. Their value, they know their value, their values in the market. They know their worth as women. They know their worth more. That is why they refuse to settle for less. For those women who have refused to, those women who have made it a point of duty to remain in that abusive marriage, see how they are ending, see how their lives have ended, see how it has turned out for them. So many of them are not alive. They are not alive to tell the story today. They are not alive to tell the story because they have been sent to the great beyond. What is wrong with marrying a divorced person? What does it mean to be divorced? It means that marriage is not working, and I'm an advocate of it. If it's not working, please take a walk. It is better to be alive and walk away from that marriage than remain there to answer Mrs. or to be Mr. That people want to see you, oh, he's a responsible man, he's a man that keeps one wife, whereas he has a lot of side chicks outside. Yeah? He has a lot of side chicks outside. So he will rather remain as a married man, flirting around, putting his cucumber everywhere, instead of divorcing and living his life freely. The same thing goes with women. It is even worse for women. Cornelius says the church wants you to continue suffering in an abusive marriage than to divorce. If not, how could you prove you are worthy of the so-called grace? Thank you. Ima Space, hey, gorgeous, welcome. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you, Ima Space. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's a church for you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ima Space. Honestly, it is heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking. You see young women who have made mistakes would rather stay in there because of society stigmatizing them, calling them names. So if being divorced is a sin, hey, only God will help us. If one is divorced and that is already a sin, a reason for even the society in case you can't hear me, okay, let me reconnect to my Wi-Fi, guys. Please hold on, hang in there for me. Let me reconnect. Okay, yeah, it's connected. Okay, yeah, I think it's better now. Thank you so much. Why call a divorced woman? Why call her after one or a used product? What is the spiritual implication they're even talking about? What is the problem? Okay, now that Riri has given the bouquet to Michelle Dede, Rita Dominic has handed it over. Okay, that means that Rita Dominic's marriage will not last. Her marriage is going to break up, isn't it? Hey, there's nothing I will not hear. That means that her marriage is going to pack up as well. Her marriage will pack up because she handed over a bouquet to her friend just to make her happy and wish her well. so she can find love again. And then bad belly, those who hate happiness, those people who don't like happiness, who don't like anything good, will come out. It's just a shame. It is a shame. Honestly, it is a shame to have a fellow woman joining forces with men to say such a thing, that it is wrong. Can you tell me what makes it wrong? So, if you as a man happens to find yourself in an unhappy marriage, nobody should even marry you. Like, you don't have a right to live the life. You cannot live anymore. You cannot remarry, because if you do, it's a sin. And we have churches who will come out to say a woman has been married, she's divorced, therefore she cannot be wedded in the church. Hey, this body of Christ have suffered. The body of Christ have heard when thank you in my space. This body of Christ have really suffered. Because under this body of Christ, the doctrines we see, the doctrines, this so-called doctrine, I think is just meant for some people. I have seen a lot of foreign pastors who have been divorced and remarried, and they are so happy. But you see, in that our country called Nigeria, that is where people carry religion on their head more. They carry religion on their head like akara. They carry it like guguru. You'll be pointing at a sister, she's divorced. That brother wants to marry her. And so what? Go and look for your own husband. If brother wants to marry a divorcee, what business of yours is that? I really want to hammer on this discrimination against people who are divorced, both for the men and women, because it doesn't just stop with women alone. You are in the church, you see a divorced brother wants to remarry. It's a problem for you. Why don't you just face your business? Why can't people mind their business? Why is it so hard to mind your business, like to drink water and keep cup? Why? Why is it so hard to accept? Why is it so hard to embrace? Why is it so hard to love them? Why? Some have to stay single for a very long time before they resettle, before they even find one son of Adam that will marry them, not because they don't want to remarry. I've seen a lot of young ladies who are divorced. It takes them 10 years before they even remarry. Why? Because of this stigmatization. You call them after one, you call them used product, you call them fairly used. Something happened. I saw a guy on Instagram posted, he said some years ago, 3 of his neighbors, that he doesn't know why it happened, but he could remember they were very young then, went to a brothel and they got married to 3 hookers there. That today, as he speaks, that marriage is still lasting. That marriage is still intact. He said it's been over 20 years. Then it's not all this other, brothel. There are just few people who do a shower work. Just few of them. And he said that that marriage, that nobody could understand why the 3 of them made up their mind, went to that brothel, picked 3 ladies and got married to them. That marriage is still standing strong. You that want to judge anyone, are you far better? Are you better than them? Are you better than a divorced woman? Are you better than a divorced man? Uche that we're even talking about, look at that skeleton that can break when you do like this. He can't. I doubt if Uche has a girlfriend. Who will date that one? Except it's just for money. Who wants to date Uche? Like, God forbid that Uche Maduagwu is even my brother. Somebody made mention that guy needs to go and beg his uncle. He needs to go and give food to his uncle. He needs to go and appease the gods of his land, because Allah he's having serious mental case, so that they will free him. I think his own case is a spiritual problem. Otherwise, if it's not a spiritual problem, I don't think that guy will be behaving like that. I don't think he will have that. He will even spit out nonsense like that on social media. I just feel that some of these things, they're just for cloud chasing. They're looking for attention, looking for recognition on social media, looking for clouds to that will chase them around. If not, how can a grown man? His mates are getting married. His mates are all married. But no, he won't marry. He's busy pointing at single ladies who are married and divorced. Hey, Pini, thank you so much for coming. Hey, welcome. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Pini TV Media. Happylistic Kitchen, thank you so much. Please give me a thumbs up. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. And we're discussing life of singles and divorced persons, especially divorced men and women. The discrimination against them. That is what we are discussing today. Thank you so much. You can join the discussion, please. My link is there. Whoever wants to join the discussion, please do well to join me, okay? Let me drop the link again. If you want to join the discussion, join, okay? And let us discuss. Is there anything wrong with a divorced woman remarrying, or with a divorced woman catching a flower like a bouquet? Is there anything wrong with that? Is there any spiritual implication? Do you believe in what these people are saying, that is going to bring bad omen, it's going to bring bad luck to Rita Dominic because she handed over that her bouquet? You know, this bouquet they throw during wedding to young ladies. Do you think it has any spiritual implication to the married person if she hands over or throws the flower and a divorced person catches the flower? Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, Collins. Thank you. I appreciate you for that. Okay, guys, join the discussion, please, okay? Let me know your opinion. Let me know your view. Please, if you're watching me, you know what I'm talking about. Do you think it will really bring a bad omen to a married woman if she hands over her bouquet during wedding to a divorced person? Let me know your thought on this, okay? While I go on, on this divorced life. Honestly, to be a divorced person in Nigeria especially is tough, because there we have a lot of hypocrites who are always quick to judge and point fingers, whose lives are so perfect. Their lives are just too perfect. They don't sin, they don't commit anything, they are straight and forward. They are everywhere. All they do is point fingers at others, point fingers at others, point fingers up and down. This is simply low mentality of people. Thank you. Backwardness, that is a very archaic way of reasoning, a very myopic way of reasoning. Why must we always be backward? Even the whites, the Oyibos that brought this religion to us, they marry and divorce all the time. And nobody points finger at divorced persons. Some of them marry 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Nobody's pointing finger, and we still hail them. Thank you so, hey, AE29, thank you so much, gorgeous. Welcome. I appreciate you. Thank you. How have you been? Welcome. These same people that brought religion, this religion that we worship, this religion that we love so much, they marry and divorced, and they live their life to the fullest. If it's not working, they would rather walk away instead of remaining in an abusive, unhappy marriage. Okay, Queen. Instead of remaining in an unhappy marriage. This is why a lot of our people pretend a lot. Oh, you're blessed. Thank you, Queen. How are my babies, my girls? Hope they are good. They would rather stay in that place where they are being given boost, bus every day. They would rather stay there, unhappy, sad, crying. Because when they come out, to marry is a problem. If you even see who will marry you, people will do everything they can to scatter that marriage. They will do everything they can to frustrate you because you are divorced. So, tell me the difference between someone who is divorced and someone who isn't married. Hey, Rose Hujo, thank you so much, Queen. Welcome. I appreciate you. Please give, okay, thanks for the thumbs up as well. Welcome. Thank you so much. What is the difference between a divorced woman and a single woman? What is the difference? Single ladies, they chop cucumber. Divorced person has eaten. Unless the divorced person has a child, which of course doesn't diminish the person's worth. It doesn't reduce the person, because we are all equal in the eyes of God. God created us all in his own image and likeness. He never reduced anyone. We all have worth in the eyes of God. We all have worth. We have no right to judge anyone who is divorced. How would this Michelle Dede be feeling after seeing all that is written there? Even this mainstream media, print media carried it. It's all over Instagram that she's divorced, and her divorce status, because she held that flower, because she was giving that bouquet, is going to bring bad omen to Rita Dominic's marriage. Oh, Riri's marriage is going to crash, oh, because Michelle has a flower. And they'll start mounting pressure. The young lady will not find peace anymore. It is only back home, that we carry other people's problem on our head. It is only back home that we reason so backward. We see problems with divorced persons. It is only back home that we are so religious, yet we know how to judge so much. We have first class in judging. We judge everyone we see. Who sees Faith? Thank you so much for coming. Welcome, Faith. Thank you. Please give me a thumbs up, okay? Welcome, guys. Thank you. I really appreciate you. And join the discussion. Let me know your thought or your opinion on this, okay? We're discussing this Rita Dominic's marriage, the handing over of the bouquet to her friend, Michelle Dede. And then Uche Maduagwu, that mosquito, that skeleton that should be broken like this, that one that is already going crazy, is busy spreading lies all over social media that what Rita Dominic did is going to crash her marriage, is going to bring bad omen to her marriage, because Michelle is divorced. So as a divorced woman, that will probably make Rita Dominic's marriage crash. Her marriage wouldn't last because she has handed over, passed the baton to a divorced person. Do you believe in that? As a church person, have you seen things like this? Have you seen divorced people being discriminated in church or even social gatherings? People look down on them, call them second hand. Look, nobody goes into marriage with the intention of getting divorced. Nobody goes into marriage with the intention of just walking out the next day. Things happen. It is not making of theirs that they found themselves in that situation. It is no fault of theirs that they got married and unfortunately the marriage didn't work out. It takes courage. It takes courage to go into a marriage, and then when you find out that something is absolutely wrong with that marriage, to walk away takes courage. Nobody wants to be married and divorced. Those women who have died, Sinachi remained to it until she died. Why? Because she didn't find the courage to walk away from an abusive man. She couldn't find the courage. Yeah, nobody should be paying attention to that clown. Thank you so much. She couldn't find the courage. Not just her, but so many of them out there, a lot of women out there are suffering. They are going through a lot in the hands of monstrous husbands because of these people on social media criticizing them. They don't want to go out. They see how divorced women are being criticized on social media. Even in your street, in their areas, in churches, especially where they worship. A church which is supposed to embrace people. A church which is a place for everyone. Yeah, he always wanted to be noticed. Yes, that guy is noticed me. Notice me, he's just chasing clouds, seeking attention. A church is supposed to be a place where you find solace, a place you find comfort. But even in that church, that is where you see single sisters pointing. That brother wants to marry that sister has been married. And so what? And so what? Is that why you are in church? To point fingers. Sister has been married. Yes, you were there at her wedding. And so what? You were there at her wedding. The marriage packed up. And so what? This is why they would rather leave that church, even leave the environment completely. Go to a new place. Go to somewhere else to go start life afresh. All because of these people who will not let them breathe. Being divorced is not a sin. Please, let's change this mentality of ours about divorced persons. We need to rethink. We need to start changing our mindset about it. It is totally wrong to assume that anyone who is married has been reduced, or the person's value has been, or the person is worthless. Things happen. You see this thing called marriage. It takes the grace of God to stay in it and make it work. And if it's not working, please, by all means, with all honor and dignity, take a walk with your shoulders raised high, with your head held up. Take a walk. Take a walk. It is better you are alive. Let people talk. Let people talk. It is better you are alive to tell your story than be 6 feet below, where you cannot even tell your story. Who is Uche Maduagwu in the society? Who knows him? How many movies has he done? What are his movies? I don't even remember any movie Uche Maduagwu has done. Aside acting like a madman in the marketplace, I don't know any movie Uche Maduagwu has done. Africa is just an obtuse and backward in almost everything. Honestly. But we need to change this mentality of ours. Also, thank you so much, you see space. Why can't we learn to love our fellow humans as we love ourselves? If it happens to you, how would you feel if you're the one going through this? Reminding her of what happened in the past. There is no way this won't open an old wound. There is no way to not scratch her. There is no way she won't feel pain. Reminding her that, yes, she's been married and divorced. She's beautiful. She's working hard. She's a very hardworking woman. She's known. She's far, far better than Uche Maduagwu. Agwu, that guy's Agwu. They need to chain him, look for chain, and they flog him. Give him serious flogging, Agazega, watch up here, they should just go and do some sacrifice on his head. Because that guy is really mad. Something is wrong with him. Something is wrong with him. Imagine in the midst of all this celebration, everybody tapping into this beautiful thing that happened to Rita and Fidelis Anosike. If not that Jim Wobodo was a rich, he's a rich guy then. He had the money then. Do you think even this church where he later went to, this non-denominational church that he went to, they wouldn't have wedded him? Hey, Sade, my beautiful woman, thank you so much for coming, Sade. Welcome. How is the day been? Welcome, Sade. Thank you so much for joining me. Yeah, give me a thumbs up, okay? They wouldn't have wedded Jim Wobodo. Jim Wobodo had to use his influence to marry his second wife and wed her because he was divorced. So Jim Wobodo is no longer worth anything. Let us stop this mindset, this mentality of always judging divorced people. And when anything happens to them, we'll come on social media and we'll be quick to write, oh, rest in peace. Thank you for the thumbs up, Sade. Thank you so much. We'll now write, oh, rest in peace. He was such a good man. She was such a good woman. Just like we go on social media, Osinachi, when she passed on, everybody, oh my God, Osinachi Nwachukwu, oh my God, she should have left this guy. She should have left. Why did she stay in an abusive marriage? If Osinachi had left, these same church people will crucify her. They will hang her like this. They will drag her left, right, and center. They will drag her all around. Nobody will even call her to come and sing anymore. How would they call her when sister is divorced? A divorced sister is a sinner now. A divorced sister in the church. In fact, if you are divorced, right, you are the worst person on earth. If you are divorced, your worth has been reduced. If you are divorced, you are worth nothing, isn't it? So that is the kind of society we want. Church is supposed to be the first place people find comfort, where they find love, where they get a shoulder to lean on, where they tell them, look, yes, life goes on. You are welcome. They said it's the body of Christ, isn't it? Since when did the body of Christ start discriminating? Because I've seen this happen, a number of times, even in churches. They would rather do them. They say they should do a mass wedding, or This one, church blessing. Thank you. Church blessing. Even in some cases, they don't even allow them because they say the church is against divorce, especially Catholic Church. Go outside Nigeria, people still remarry even in Catholic churches. They still do, a lot of people still remarry in Catholic churches. But back home, they brought Catholic Church to us. They brought Methodist, Presbyterian, Anglican. They brought all the Orthodox churches, including the Pentecostals. In fact, we are the #1 promoters of, or be creators of the Pentecostals. Over here, if you marry in Catholic Church and the marriage becomes toxic, it isn't working, you are free to walk away. You are free to go get a divorce and live your life. Because divorce is not a sin. Being divorced is better than being dead. It is far better that your family welcomes you back home. That is another thing I need to point out. Family members who discriminate, who will shame divorced daughters and sisters because they are divorced, they will not let them come back. No. You are going to spoil the image of the family. You are going to spoil the family name. You are spoiling the family name. Yeah. And you would rather have your daughter remain in a very toxic marriage. As a father, you would rather bury your daughter instead of welcoming her back home. As a mother, would you rather bury your daughter instead of welcoming her back home? Mom of triplets, welcome. Thank you so much, Queen. I appreciate you. Thank you. African church is different too. They are money Roman and Anglican than the, okay, they are more Roman and Anglican than the original ones. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you so much. Who image? My sister. Help me ask them. They'll say you are spoiling the image of the family. Which name? Which name? What is your name? What is your name? What is that family name that is better than human life? What is that family name that is stronger than life itself? That will make families, force a young lady to remain in an abusive marriage or in a very toxic marriage where she's unhappy, where she lives a very miserable life. Yeah, what will people say? No, they bother. Thank you. They bother me. But unfortunately, it's not everyone that have the mind. Some people worry about what people will say. They worry. They worry because this name, family name. Let me not drag my family name in the mud. Let me not spoil. What is your family name worth? Is it worth more than life itself? Is a name. Is a name. Being divorced is not a death sentence. Being divorced doesn't reduce one's value. Being divorced doesn't reduce you to nothing. It doesn't diminish your worth. It takes courage because there are a lot of people who do not have this courage to take a walk when things are going bad. There are a lot of people who don't have the courage to throw in the towel when it becomes tough, when it becomes life-threatening. There are a lot who don't have the courage. They are 6 feet below right now. They are not alive to tell their stories. There are people who don't care if you live or die. If you live or die, thank you, they don't care. If you like, stay there and suffer, it's none of their business. So long as they're not the ones wearing the shoe. They don't know how it pains. They don't know how it pinches. They don't feel the pain. You that wear the shoes knows where it pinches you. Do not listen to anyone. Being divorced has nothing on you. It doesn't reduce you. If you're a woman watching me, if you're a woman, a young lady, a young man watching me, being divorced doesn't reduce your value in any way. It does not diminish you in any way. You are courageous because it takes a courageous person to look in the face of that monster and say, I am done. My life is worth more than what you're making me pass through. You cannot make my life a miserable one. I am done. It takes courage, a courageous heart to do that. Yeah, the only reason I would try to protect name, now my name or I go protect. Like I won't want to steal because I don't want to dent my name. Thank you. There are things to protect family name against. It is not when marriage is toxic And then family will say, because of the family name, stay put, so that they will not say we are a family of divorced people, or that our daughters don't stay in their husband's house. Esther's Chronicles, welcome, gorgeous. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Please, guys, as you come in, give me a thumbs up. If you're watching me from the background, please give me a thumbs up. Come in, okay, and join the discussion, okay? We are discussing life of divorced persons. Why do we discriminate against divorced men and women? Why do we point fingers? Why do we stigmatize them as if they are worth nothing because they are divorced? Do we really want people who will rather suffer and die in abusive marriage than people who take the courage to walk away? Which are we in support of? That a grown man like Uche Maduagwu will come out to be trolling Michelle Dede, come out to be trolling her as if she has what is it called, leprosy, that will infest Rita Dominic's marriage. Rita Dominic is happily married. No, now Uche Maduagwu and the rest of them, those cult followers, I don't even know what they are. Those cloud chasers on social media. We start looking at Rita Dominic's, you know, all eyes will now be on the marriage. And then if anything happens, God forbid, they will say, yes, they said it, that it is Michelle that brought a bad omen to her marriage, because she handed over the bouquet to Michelle. Why? You beat me and I leave you. I will open to another, I'll be open to another relationship and give my heart the opportunity to be loved again. I won't look, thank you so much. I won't look for self-pity. Happy Listy, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you. Welcome, Queen. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you so much. I don't know why it's echoing, but I don't know why.
Okay, no, it's clear. Just speak a little bit louder, but it's clear. We can hear you. Speak on.
Okay, so I've been listening to, I've been in the background listening. So greeting everyone in the house.
Greeting
host.
Greetings, Queen.
Yeah. So yeah, I just have a few points to make based on the issue or the topic we're discussing on. So first I've listened to you, and then you make references of so I guess you were referring to like the white people bringing the Christianity to Africa, like we know, but which many people always kind of say those things, but they don't actually know that Christianity was not just brought to us. Christianity has always been in Africa. It has always been, but what happened was that our ancestors actually deviate from the right way. So it's just like when someone sin or something happened and God has to use another person to draw that person back. That is exactly what happened. It's not like Christianity was brought to us by the whites, like we always say. Christianity has always been in Africa. It's always been practiced in Africa, but our ancestors turned their back, and God has to use the European to bring us back to Himself. So that being said, I'm going to also touch about so because when you said that, you said, oh yeah, those people who brought the Christianity to us, they do divorce and they move on and get married. Let me also make this point clear. I don't support someone, a woman stay suffering and then dying in silence. We've seen so many cases going on like that, where people end up because they are trying to not to have that stigma of being a divorce. No, if it's not working for you, I advocate to live with your life.
Yeah.
So, but another point is, so the fact that we live, if you agree with me, you see that we live in an era where we kind of preach the scripture to fit our own perspective.
Thank you.
Preach it to our own self taste, how we want it to be, like make it to justify to us. But if we are being honest to ourselves, we know that the scripture has not changed. That which is written is written. It hasn't really changed. Like I say, at God says, He says, "My God will never change." So I'm asking, as the scripture changed, as believers, as Christians, as followers of Christ, as the Bible, the scripture actually changed. The fact that we kind of just
On what?
fighting,
On God hates divorce?
say again, I think the scripture made mention of if there was a problem whereby the husband and the wife for any reason
Yeah.
separate, it encourages them to come back together. He encourages them to come back. He didn't say this one should move on and go get married or this
And
that.
if they cannot come back together in a situation where the husband is abusive, if they cannot come back together, so their life ends. Like they can't live with their they can't live anymore.
Yeah, like I said, it wasn't like I can't remember, like it wasn't clear, like clearly said that they should move on and marry someone else. I know. Sorry, I guess the thing is echoing. I'm hearing myself back,
No,
and I don't know when to come
it's
in.
just breaking up. It's just breaking up. Okay, that's something I need to quickly point out. You were saying, I just wanted you to talk. You were saying that Christianity has always
Oh my
been
God,
in
the
Africa.
echo is too much. I don't know why. Oh my God.
Oh dear. Okay. I don't know if you can hear me. You said that Christianity has always been in Africa, but that is not true. Christianity was brought to us because what is the word Christian? Christian is like Christ-like, followers of Christ, and they were not in Africa. Our ancestors have always practiced African traditional religion, and every African countries have their own African religion that they practice. The way they communicate, even before the era of Christianity, the Israelites are not Christians today, even where Christ came from. So I just want to point that one out and clarify on it that yes, it was brought to us. And I'm saying that even the people who brought it to us, they don't take this Christianity thing the way we are taking it. Even over there in Europe, they still marry, divorce, and remarry. And they still wed in the same church. Why is it that back in Africa, ours is always different? When you see a divorced sister or divorced brother, they don't want to wed them because they are divorced, even when it is toxic. And this is the reason why the lives of Osinachi are gone today, because they don't want to leave. Why? What would the church say? The church does not support it. The church will discriminate. The church will point fingers. The church will accuse them of being divorced. So that is why they would rather remain and die in there than walk away. And the likes of Uche Maduagwu, talking trash today would be forced to say, Osinachi, a gospel artist, is divorced and now she wants to remarry. Is it still echoing her seriously where you are?
It is like echoing and like it's repeating everything.
Maybe it's from your network.
What you're actually saying. Maybe
maybe it's from your network. Okay, you know what? Can you drop and come back? If you can drop and come back, you drop and come back, maybe it will be better. It's from your network.
I can't even get off now.
Oh. Well, you can't go off now. Yeah, okay. Anyway, guys, let's go on. Sorry, guys, my system is just acting up. So, okay. Okay, she's able to go off now. If you can click on the link and come back, you jump on the link and come back. Let me see if I can pin the link. Esther's Chronicles, thank you so much, Queen. I really appreciate your opinion on this, Esther's Chronicles. If you can come up and let me know why we cannot, and if you think it has spiritual implication, what Uche Maduagwu says for real, if it has spiritual implication, I would like to get your pulse on this, Queen. Okay. because this spiritual implication is the one that is getting to me the most. That is going to bring her bad omen. It's going to bring her marriage bad omen. Let me see if I can pin the link here. So, let me see. Okay, this is the link. I'm trying to pin it, or it's not pinning. It's not pinning. I'm trying to pin this link. Okay, it's not pinning. Okay, it's fine. So, guys, for those of you who are spiritual, okay, for those of you, can you let me know? Do you believe seriously in this? Do you seriously believe that it's gonna bring her bad omen, or it has spiritual implication? I want to get your thought on this. I want to get your thought, because see, whether we like it or not, you see this thing called marriage. No matter how much perfect, how much you think someone is perfect, no matter how you think someone is perfect, sometimes people just pretend to be who they are not. And when you get into that marriage, you discover that it is something worse. Some people were forced into marriage. Some young ladies were married off to people, maybe to men old enough to be their fathers. They were married off. And when they grew up, when they became real women and discovered that this old man is just there using them, not adding any value to their life, they were used to pay off debt. Do you think they want to remain? Even in this era, it is still done. So that young lady has no life. She can't live her life because her parents used her to pay off debt. And when she's divorced and remarried, it becomes a problem. It becomes a problem. So divorced sisters in the church have to stay away from weddings. They have to just stay away from weddings so they don't catch bouquet. Otherwise, if they catch the bouquet, they're going to bring bad omen to another person's marriage. Is that it? Is that what we're advocating? Maybe we need to paste it in the church. If you're a divorced brother, you cannot join the groomsmen. If you're a divorced sister, you cannot join the bridal train. If you're a divorced sister, you cannot be chief bridesmaid. If you're a divorced sister, in fact, you should not even make any attempt catching the flower. Don't catch the bouquet, because if you do, it has spiritual implication. Because Uche mentioned it that a lot of churches will not have that. And that is why I'm calling the church. That a lot of churches will not have that. They will not, accept that a single sister, a divorced sister, holds the bouquet or even handed over the bouquet. That is unacceptable. I want to know those churches. Is your church one of those churches where this is said, where it is not allowed? Let me know. Let me know. Because as if I'm speaking to myself alone, let me know. Is this something that your own church equally frowns at? I want to know, because the church is supposed to love and embrace people no matter what happens. It's like a clinic, a hospital where people who are broken, people who have challenges come to, and they are welcomed and loved. Welcome, Queen. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you.
Hello, good evening.
Good
I just had
evening.
to pause and just come off here. How are you? Well done. Good job.
Thank you. Welcome.
So, Maduagwu is saying that because a divorcee held the bouquet, it's a bad omen.
Yes, so that it has spiritual implication and that is going to affect Rita Dominic's marriage.
Is his opinion. It has nothing to do with the church, or it has no spiritual implication. It's just his personal opinion, and then he's rubbing it off as if it's a doctrine or something that he has seen happen before. I just feel it's his personal opinion. There's no such doctrine. There's no such, I've never seen such thing. If there's anything I know is that whoever is in Christ is a new creature. All things are passed away. And if he's not in Christ and he's saying those things, it doesn't hold any water against Rita Dominic's marriage, actually. It has nothing to do with church. It's his personal opinion, and he could have just said it just to make a statement. Because this time and everybody just want to say something. And if you say something that is a bit negative, it trends more. People want to talk more about it. People want to carry the news. People want start digging facts that are not there. So I don't think it
Yeah.
has anything to, there's nothing like that in the Bible. There's nothing like that. If there's anything we have seen in the Bible, even the woman that had several husbands.
Sorry, you having cold?
Yeah, a bit of it. A woman that had
Oh,
several
sorry.
men that were not married to her, Jesus
Yeah.
still find her worthy to to speak to her, So
Yeah.
I just want to talk. He just wanted to talk.
Because you know why? When he said that a lot of churches, and that got me thinking, okay, is this thing really happening in churches? Like this lady that got married, what's her name? Hey, that her wedding went. This gospel artist that recently got married, this lady, what's her name? Remind me.
Mercy Chinwo.
Mercy. Thank you, Mercy Chinwo. Thank you so much. Mercy removed her own. She handed it one after the other. She didn't ask who is the divorcee here, who is married, who is single. She handed it over to everyone, stretching out hand, because she has prayed on that bouquet. And she's wishing everyone that have collected a rose from that bouquet well. That it's going to, the same thing that happened to her will equally happen to those people. This God that did it for her, we do it for all the ladies who are wishing and praying for. And among those ladies who collected, there must have been divorced women among them.
Yeah.
She didn't look at faces. She handed over to everyone and prayed, so shall it be for you. So shall it be for you. So shall it be for you. God who did it for me, will do it for you. God who did it will do it for you. She never questioned, please, if you are divorced, don't collect this thing, so that you will not come and scatter my marriage. I don't know what is wrong with people. And it's not only Uche Maduagwu. I've forgotten the name of this other lady that equally posted the same thing. It is not just Uche Maduagwu. That is what I'm talking about. This. Even another woman came out saying this, that it has this spiritual implication.
Which
like it's totally wrong.
In the Bible?
I don't know where they're getting their own spiritual implications from. I don't know. Oyoyo Wanyama, welcome. Thank you so much.
Welcome,
I don't know where they are getting their spiritual implication from. That it is bad omen for the wedding. That means that wedding is bound to break as well.
It will not break in Jesus' name. That's
Amen.
Like you said, they will now just be wishing that it will happen so that they will associate it to. What about, have you not seen cases where divorced women are walking people down the aisle? They are walking young lady down the aisle. Is K-Tension not divorced? Is she not part of the train?
Bridal train.
Bridal train.
Yeah.
A lot of those women that are divorced, if a marriage is not working, it's not working, and it doesn't mean that the person cannot live a normal life like everybody. They want to take it that it will now become like a stigma, and that's why a lot of people cannot come out because of the stigmatization and everything. But left to me, I've never seen it in the Bible. I've never heard of it. It's just his own personal.
It is not in the Bible. It is not in the Bible. I don't see anywhere where it is condemned that, because you're divorced, one, you cannot remarry, or you cannot associate with married people, or your worth or your value has reduced or diminished in any way. God found every one of us worthy of his love.
Wait, your husband is saying we are calling out the church because they are systematically refusing to wed divorcees. Some churches.
Yeah, it's happening in the church too. Divorcees are not wedded in most churches. Once you're divorced and then you want to remarry, they don't wed you with a new husband. Even as a divorced man.
I think that is in Nigerian churches.
That is what I'm saying in Nigeria. That is what I'm specifically saying in Nigerian churches. Now we carry this thing for head fast, that we are the ones making the laws now, roping things around. Like abroad, don't we have churches? You have churches where you are. Does that mean there are people who are not getting divorced
and she remarried in church? I've seen more than 5.
Okay. Herald of Mary, welcome, Queen. Thank you so much for the thumbs up. Thank you. See more than 5. Here. You see the Catholic Church here, especially the Catholic Church in Nigeria. They don't allow, in fact, they say it whole hard. Once you are divorced, you cannot remarry. You stop receiving communion in the church. There are certain rights that you are stripped of in the church. Not to talk of when you want to remarry. That one self is a no-go area. But here in Brazil, Brazil is #1 country where people marry and divorce. And Catholic Church dominates the churches here in Brazil. It's a Catholic country. And they divorce and remarry. Because if it's not working, a lot of buying here daily. So they encourage people that if it's not working, walk away, take a walk. And if you want to remarry, you are welcomed to remarry. Let me read what Oyoyo wrote. Oyoyo said, is Pastor Bless not divorced and he's married? He's married. He married a gospel singer. Oh, Pastor Bless is even married and divorced.
I also think it's the level. For the last thing I want to say, I also think is the level of exposure of the church. Most of those churches that say they will not remarry, I'm sure they are the local, very local people, local church. They are not enlightened, they are not educated, they are not exposed. Because the ones that are really exposed, education has a role to play here. The churches that are exposed, is not even a conversation. Like Oyoyo cited, Pastor Blaise, you see, he is on the island, is in an exposed environment, enlightened environment. Pastor Itwa Igodalo was divorced.
Itwa, thank you. Thank you.
Redeemed Church refused also, but I mean, move on.
Jim Wobodo, I called him out years ago when he married his second wife. He wanted to wed. All the churches refused to. He had to go to ecumenical center. I think, this non-denominational church, that was the only place they accepted to wed him. So is it that they prefer people keep fornicating? Since you are divorced, of course, sometimes body no be firewood. People will need to, the temptation abounds. As a single person, not as a divorce, when you don't chop the thing before, they see and chop again. So instead of now remarrying and do it rightfully before God and man. So if the church refused to wed, okay, maybe we'll continue to chop the thing sinfully. That is what is happening to a lot till today, sister. Even in these modern churches, they are still discriminating against divorced people. They are still doing that till today.
That is where religion comes in. Must it be only in the church that you can marry?
My sister, where again? Where else?
You can marry in the courts. Your parents can take your bride price.
Thank you.
Church wedding is a foreign thing, as a matter of fact. Church
Thank
is just
you.
Ceremony. Once they have paid
it's just blessing.
And you have
it's just blessing.
The court of law. You have married now. So that's where religion comes in. Our people are very religious.
Yeah, very.
Religion is not a must. Once your papa don't collect your bride price, you don't go sign for court in case of anything legally.
Thank you. Wait, don't go yet. Oyoyo said people should fix their life before stigmatizing people. It's not about exposure. Redeemed Christian Church of God can't wed you. Deeper Life can't. Mountain of Fire can't. The list is endless. See, that is why Christian folks they are inside fornication, and they are fornicating because of all these doctrines. Man-made doctrines, depriving people from doing the right thing legally, stigmatizing them. Being a carer with cares, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you. Welcome, Queen. Thank you so much. A lot of churches abroad, they will do this. Why? So that they can reduce the number of people who are insane. Nobody is perfect. We are all fighting, struggling to live a righteous life daily. But at least if you are married, it reduces the temptation more of going outside or fornicating. It reduces the sin of fornication. That is the truth. We know that one. But if one is single, there is every tendency, the chances are that it is high for a Christian or a born-again Christian who is in her 30s or 40s feeling horny. Tell me if it's easy for that person to hold body. If you are abroad in Europe, now that winter is like something else. Where Oyoyo is now, snow is falling like rain. The snow, the cold. Imagine if she's not married, she's a single sister or she's a divorced sister, no man there. With this cold, how many coffee will she drink every day? How many cup of coffee every day just to warm up body? A time will come, one small touch, she will fall. And this is what we keep saying, that the church needs to please allow people. Some of these things are doctrines that we are holding over there back home. But where this religion came from, it is not held that way. It's not too hard like that. This our doctrine is what is putting a lot of people into trouble and making it difficult for most people to stay faithful in church. Welcome, Oyoyo Wanyoma. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, host, for having me. Hi, Esther. Good to see you here.
Welcome. Thank you so much. Wait, to Herald of Mary say, host, it's not true. Catholic Church allows those that are separated to remarry, as long as the separation was done by the marriage tribunal. Which I was born a Catholic and raised a Catholic. If it's your, except you want to tell me the Catholic Church that I don't know, this same Catholic Church that I know, my dear, they don't. They don't. Welcome, Wanyomo Yoyo. Being a carer with cancer, I appreciate you. Oyoyo, speak, Queen.
All right, thank you so much, host. See, when I read about that issue about this girl and the spirituality involved, I just said to myself, this country called Nigeria.
Welcome in, sis Oyoyo.
Thank you, sweetheart. When will it ever be well with this country, Nigeria? When the likes of Uche Maduagwu that is here to fix his life is telling Rita that she shouldn't have done this. Yeah. Why can't people know their limits? Know when you advise the limits of that advice. The wedding is a personal thing. She can decide to bring a grandma to be her chief bridesmaid. It's nobody's business. I don't know why that should even be something that somebody will just carry his or her phone and be typing that their spiritual what. Is Uche now a pastor? Is he a theologist? Let's know if he has gone to school to study the Bible. I don't know who qualified, but then again, it's Nigeria's situation. Nigeria is a country that is more religious than Jerusalem. It's a country that is more religious than Rome. Do you understand? We carry this our church on the head as though there is no tomorrow. You know, when I came overseas and I started seeing this person, trust our people. Now, you know our people are Niger boys and Niger men. They will first of all come here, do their own sharp marriage, and then by the time they don't settle down, finish, they go, you know, do the real marriage where they want to. Now church, then they carry those women to go wed. What are we talking about? They don't wed them in hell. They wed them in churches. Catholic churches, Pentecostal, Methodist, Lutheran churches, just name them. Yeah. And all these churches are what? They are coming from, okay, Catholic is from Rome, right? It's the same theology they are teaching, even the churches in Nigeria. Then you talk about Anglican from England, they still wed their divorced people. The same church is what they moved to Nigeria. But Nigeria, they will have their own doctrine, different from what the doctrine that Rome set for the Catholic people.
Thank you.
So I think it's the religiosity that is the problem here. We claim to be too righteous, but kindness of heart, most people don't have it. This is Christmas coming now. People are thinking about how they are going to buy the latest Jeep so that they will go to their villages and oppress people. But why people in overseas, especially where I live now, they are thinking about hampers for those that can't afford Christmas meal. So the priorities are different.
Olufunke, welcome. Thank you, welcome. Evelyn, welcome. Thank you. Oyoyo, God bless you. God bless you.
Our priorities are different. See, during my birthday, I usually do something. I will just say, okay, which charity am I giving to today, this period? I'm not even talking about how to go and buy the Brazilian wig and look so and come and oppress you guys on the Instagram. Hey, have you guys seen? No, because when you, sorry, host, they followed me to my space.
Oh dear, my princess is still coughing hard. The weather is everywhere, even Esther's Chronicles now. This weather, this one a winter. Now they talk, this one a winter. How person want a whole body? How person want a whole body? If you are now a divorced person, how person want a whole body with this code like this, left, right, and center? Olufunke, thank you. You want hamper? Shade said, Spice, in Catholic Church, you can remarry if your marriage has been annulled by the court or by the church. I will need to check this because while growing up, in fact, until recently when I left Catholic Church, I know, except maybe some churches, some dioceses are now doing it. What I know, Catholic Church, but they don't. In fact, they don't even accept divorce, not to talk of remarrying.
Maybe she's referring to Catholic Church overseas. Maybe because
I don't know for the. She's saying in Archdiocese of Onitsha, the Archdiocese of Onitsha.
That's very interesting.
Evelyn Omorege, welcome. Please give me a thumbs up, guys, as you come in. Kindly give me a thumbs up, okay, please. The Catholic Church, me, I grew up in. I said that my father is still a Catholic. My other brother, every member of my family are still Catholic, and I know the rules in Catholic Church. Unless it has changed overnight, or unless some dioceses are beginning to change it, which is really a welcome development. Honestly, why we're making this stream is to create this awareness that, look, what being divorced is not wrong. We need to, so that more churches will embrace it. Because you are just pushing people around, you're pushing members around. People are making up their mind to stay and die in an abusive marriage instead of walking away due to this stigmatization and discrimination. Queen, are you there now?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
It's really sad to say. It's sad to say the least, because when you talk about Christianity and what Christ represents, Christ cared for everybody. Christ was never selective in those he showed love to and those he preached to. It was to everybody is welcome. The church to me is like a laundry house where you come and get clean. But Nigeria, they carry church. You just have to belong to one church, go to church, and then you still do what you're doing. You still live what. And if you happen to make a mistake, you have to conceal that mistake so that nobody will know. Because if they know, they will use that your mistake against you. Okay? Yesterday you talked about Samuel Posun and the way the church treated him after he came to apologize over his escapades. We are human. We still have blood running into our, in our veins. We are bound to fall except by the grace of God. So as we continue to live, let's think of how to better our society, better ourselves. The Uche that was writing that nonsense to Rita. Uche, have you fixed your life? Uche Maduagwu is yet to fix. We don't know if Uche is still wearing a red bra or if he has dropped the red bra and now he's answering Uche.
That one that said that red bra has given him more opportunity than his certificate, any certificate he ever had. Oh, that guy said Yaba left. They should better go and catch one of their inmates. That guy escaped from Yaba left. Nekwaya Kona is going naked in the entire market of furniture.
So it's so when I saw that thing, I was like, those kind of statements, what is going to do to Michelle? People don't care how you feel mentally. They don't care. He wrote what he wrote. Every blog carried it. You understand? Then the Michelle will now say, "Oh, because I'm divorced, I'm not worth anything anymore." Do you understand? You're sending
the emotional effect it's going to have on her, the psychological effect it will have.
Yeah, those kind of things are things that will send you to, when you go to bed at night, you're just going to wet your pillows. God, I tried my best in that marriage and it did not work. So I should have stayed there to buy, so that people like Uche will not have somebody like me to stigmatize. What? People should be more careful and kind with their words. They should be kind with their words, honestly. I don't want to give any weight to that nonsense Uche wrote, because as far as I'm concerned, Michelle is a beautiful woman. She can still find love tomorrow. That is given. And I'm not trying to say it here. I have also in my family, my sister was abused domestically. You understand? She left the marriage at 23. So people should understand it. She left at 23 with 2 beautiful daughters. Host one
very
second.
Young. She left very young. Very young. And imagine, hello Mel, welcome. Thank you so much for coming, Mel. I appreciate you. Thank you. Please, guys, as you come in, give me a thumbs up. Okay, if you have a community, if you can share me out, share me out. Let's have more people join in on the stream. And you can contribute. What is your opinion on this on this. I don't even know what to call what Uche has written. What is your opinion about it? Do you think, or do you honestly believe that it has effect, or it's going to have effect
Also,
to
I'll
Rita
be at the
Dominic's marriage?
background.
Okay, my queen. Oh, gorgeous queen. Thank you. So please, are you taking anything for the code?
No, I'm fine. It's just I'm just taking fruits and something
No,
like
Esther knows what she do. Just go to the other room and get yourself, okay?
okay, well, bye bye. Let me go and
I
get
didn't
ready.
say it though.
Let me go. Let me go and get ready then. Bye bye. I understand the assignment.
I didn't say it though. It's not from Spice Mouth that you heard it now.
No, it's
You
not
are,
me
if
that
it's,
said it though.
you have initiated Oyoyo Ndoki 100%.
Honestly, it's not me that said it though.
It's not from my mouth you heard it though. Please just go and do the needful. Me, I've asked you if you have taken anything. That was the only honest question I asked now. Have you taken anything? What you took, I don't know. If it's the other room or if it's ginger and lemon, me, I don't know. I just thought I should take something to drive the car.
You see what you have done to me, Spice. See what you've done to me.
Mike. Innocent me here now preaching the good news. I am here preaching the good news. You know?
I can't believe this is me. In fact, I need deliverance. Where is the next Mountain of Fire branch?
I know how to do deliverance. Can you come to me? Can you come to Brazil?
I want
Let's
to go to Mountain of Fire. They need to put me on 7 days dry.
When you come to Spice, I do deliverance on you. Your life will never remain the same. Oh dear. Welcome. Okay, look at the case of Jim Nwobodo. If not that Jim Nwobodo, then was a very influential man.
You
know what he went
through? It was the talk of the town that time. We were really very small at the time, but every radio station, they talked about it. You wonder what happened. Yeah, you're talking about just Jim Nwobodo. How about Ojukwu? Ojukwu and Bianca, they wedded after now. They wedded after.
Yes.
Okay, I don't know if people are considering why is it that Ned Nwoko has not wedded Regina. You understand? There are people that have gone through marriages, but because of the doctrine of their church or whatever, they couldn't find a place to be received, to be wedded. And they just went on with their lives. When I came here, I was like, okay, people are, is this a Catholic church? It's impossible. That was the first thing. So this person and the Catholic wedded them. I say, impossible. My husband was like, why are you talking like that? I say, Papi, you don't understand. In Nigeria, where I came from, you marry somebody, you divorce, you marry again, you divorce, you marry again, you divorce. They won't even give you the chance. So I'm surprised. I'm rather shocked about what Head of Mary wrote here. And I really pray that they are giving people that opportunity, because you shouldn't use marriage, you understand, as a, a boundary for people not to move forward, not to progress. Because they had a failed marriage, they will remain there. Like I said before, my daughter came in. I have a sister, she got married at 19. By 23, she was out. She got 2 kids out of that marriage. And she now remain there. She eventually found love. She eventually found, when she was about to wed, she didn't have a flamboyant wedding. Or rather, the wedding, of course, she can foot the bill. She did not. They had to quietly in the church. When I mean quietly, like this one, Head of Mary is talking about, it might be that way too. She wedded in an Anglican church. They just the priest came and it was just a quiet ceremony. Even people in the church did not understand it was marriage ceremony, and it has to be done quietly. When I mean quietly, and the reason was that because she and her husband were both married before to different people, so that is how they are going to do it in the church. They just give them church blessings. I think that's what it's called. It was
church blessing during sometimes during morning mass, because I've witnessed a lot of this during morning mass, especially when a young lady is pregnant, and then they'll just quietly do early morning mass. You know that early morning 6 a.m. or 5:30 a.m. where people, where
People would not even be
people
around.
are not in
Nobody
church.
was invited. It was only my elder sister. When she came back, she said that she did a wedding. I said, you did not invite us. She said, it's not that kind of wedding. I said, sure. So it might be the same kind of wedding that they're now doing in Catholic Church in that diocese in Onitsha. You understand? But will you really call that a wedding? It's like you're doing something in secrecy. That's the way I look at it.
They are covering it because they don't want it to look like the church is
Encouraging
embracing
it.
divorcees or encouraging divorcees. Kitchen Avocados, welcome. Thank you. Please give me a thumbs up. I appreciate you. They don't want it to look like the church is encouraging it. You know? So it's done. Shh, 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 shh.
Yeah. I like the name Chicken Avocados. Wow.
Kitchen Avocados. And she has wonderful recipes.
I will definitely check her out. I like that.
Please do.
So, host, you can understand what we are talking about here. It's still wedding. She had her wedding. She didn't wear a wedding dress. She was white, but it's a gown, just a dress, but not a gown. You understand? So that's what they might be calling the wedding. But it's not like the wedding we just witnessed with Rita Dominic, that the whole world is publicized. You can't do that. I want to believe the still marriage blessing they might be giving in that Catholic church in Onitsha or something like that.
Yeah, maybe something like that. But honestly, you know that even outside the wedding thing, within the church, I grew up a Christian. So when I speak, I'm not just talking maybe as if I woke up from maybe I'm an atheist or I don't know God or I don't go to a place of worship anymore. No, I'm speaking based on experience. And you see people, this Anaraka is a brother wants to marry a divorced sister. It's a talk. In fact, it will spread in the church as if the divorced sister as if she just shite on her body.
Yeah.
There are single sisters everywhere. We didn't see the divorced one we saw.
Esther said something very, very important here. She talked about is ignorant. Yeah, ignorant in the people, will I say, the communities, the individuals in the community. But is the church itself ignorant? The church is not ignorant. Deeper Life Church is the head of Deeper Life is a professor. Is a renowned professor of mathematics. The head of Mountain of Fire is a professor, renowned professor from Unilag. So you can't tell me they are educated, they are exposed to the letters. They might not be exposed to the worldly things, but they are men that are exposed to letters.
And they travel to other countries to also preach, and they mix with, or they go for conferences and pastoral gatherings and events. So they it's not as if they are confined within Nigeria. They travel around the world as well. They see what is okay
around the world, but don't be surprised. They only travel to their branches around the world. The two churches I just talked about. Just don't be surprised that it's only their own branches. So
Mel said the Catholic Church is focusing on the wrong thing. Thank you. Mel Fierce Fitness, thank you, Queen, for coming. I appreciate you. I don't know if I've welcomed you.
Now you're even talking. Remember that wedding I went for? It was in Redeemed Christian Church that wedding happened. It was the Redeemed Christian Church. Is it that they don't do counseling or they don't ask questions and things like that? So the thing is this, people should just mind their business. That's just it. Uche Maduagwu or whatever he calls himself. Should just mind. Maduagwu, right? Oh, the name suits him.
Maduagwu na-enye nsogbu. You know what Agwu is? Agwu is force. Is a spiritual force. Agwu nke ya agwu ọjọọ. Uche Maduagwu ọjọọ. That's the complete name. Maduagwu ọjọọ.
Wow, you see, so I really felt so bad when I read that thing. I wasn't feeling bad just for Rita. I felt bad more for Michelle. Because nobody will tell you exactly the pain they are going through unless if you get so close. Michelle must have had her own share of disappointment in the marriage she came out from. And she might just be healing. And then this guy will come and throw her back into depression, which is very wrong. Okay, it's very wrong. She's still a human being. She's somebody's daughter. She's somebody's mom if she had kids. And she's somebody's auntie. You understand? She's a beautiful
And
woman
sister as well.
and somebody's sister. So people should be more kind with their words, especially when you don't know what that other person is going through. We all carry burdens. We cover them all with our fake smiles and beautiful makeups and all of that.
Makeups.
You understand?
Just
So
like as I'm wearing my own makeup now, you don't know what I'm dealing with personally. You will not
I
come on
tell you,
social media to drag me or to throw me, you know,
you know,
without even putting into consideration my emotional state or my mental state. You know, come and write something like this. And then how would I now feel after? Okay, let's assume that she has gone through domestic violence or she's been in an abusive home and then
marriage.
finally came out. Now that she's healing, overnight, somebody will now come and remind her how her good gesture of being the chief bridesmaid of this woman's wedding, Rita's wedding, and also collecting the bouquet is going to break Rita's. That means any misunderstanding Rita has now with her husband, it will point to
Can you imagine?
Michelle.
Can
It
you
will point
imagine?
to Michelle being the bad omen there. So Michelle is going to be on prayer seriously for Rita.
Yeah.
She'll have to start praying for Rita. In fact, Rita should never even tell Michelle that she's having any problem. Because the moment that comes out, please, so Rita, please do whatever you can. You know, my name is on the line. My name is on the line, Rita, please. Rita, go and settle it with your husband, Rita. The lies of Uche Maduagwu will sound the one that is breaking your marriage, Rita, please. Rita, go and settle it.
See, host, we might be laughing here, honestly, but this thing you said now is exactly the situation right now for this young woman. When I read that thing, I read it again. I went back. I started reading from the back to the front, from front to the. I said, "What is wrong with this man? What is wrong with this man?" And now said then again, it's Uche Maduagwu. He's a crazy person, right? Michelle will not even consider this. And I went on Linda Ikeji. I saw one girl again writing about this thing. I say, what is wrong with you?
You see that it is not just Uche. There are the lives of Uche everywhere. It is not just Uche Maduagwu, but we have his kind scattered all over social media. Those people who are out there, also Chebu, who will always find something negative to say.
Yeah.
So honestly, the lady wrote it on Linda Ikeji's post.
I didn't post. No, she wrote it on her IG. Trust bloggers now, they carried it. I didn't want to read what she wrote. I refused to. And then somebody made a video already about it. Is it really true? Is it possible? It's on YouTube. I was like, hey, God have mercy. Then again, I was watching something on Facebook yesterday night about a woman that was she talks in Igbo, very interesting Facebook page, that how our village people are mocking women that had their children through C-section. Hi, I said in this 21st century, people are still doing that. 21st century. So if you know have children, trouble. If you have children, they will now determine for you whether you had it the right way as a full woman or you had it through C-section. This is us. She was saying it in Igbo and they were trying to make it light. But to me, it wasn't light. I felt so bad. She said that somebody she gave all those local drinks because she's a native person. So she does all local drinks for women. And then the woman eventually conceived, gave birth, calling her to congratulate, to celebrate with her, and then crying on top. Then the next thing she now called, the woman called back. It's like, we didn't even understand what I was saying because we are rejoicing. She said, okay, what's the problem? That the people in her village are laughing at her, singing for her, scissors, so, you know. So a woman no, and that's what I call it, C-section, not scissors. She's just coming from the hospital. This is how she's being welcomed in the community. You see, this wicked we are talking about, wickedness doesn't have any fabric. Wickedness is not rich. It's just the human being. They will wear wickedness as cloth and be walking around. Tell me that woman's situation. People should be kind with their words. If you don't have anything kind to say, zip your mouth. That's just the best way to go about it.
Oh God. Imagine that. Imagine such. Whether scissors or what. Like, why can't people just learn to mind their business? Must they drag or troll everybody the same? I keep saying this here. You don't know people's mental state. You don't know how, you don't know what they're, you don't know if they're practical, if they're just hanging on to life and trying to survive and beat that challenge. Just one negative word can make the person snap. And that's it.
Yeah.
That would be it. There are a lot of single people out there. And this is why a lot of married women, a lot of them will rather die. You see, they would rather stay under that man that is punching. They would rather stay with that man that is infecting them every month. They are treating infection. They would rather stay under that man who sees them as nothing, as worthless wives, instead of, moving on with their lives. Hey, Constant Space, welcome. Oh, I have missed you. What happened? It's been long you uploaded. Welcome. Constance is here.
Hey, my baby sister, how are you?
The beautiful one. Hey, welcome. Thank you so much, Constant Space, for joining me. I appreciate you. And how are the children doing? Oh, I want a wine. Kaja. Hey, the queen herself.
The kajad.
The kajad woman, the kajad queen. Hey, take this one for you. Take that for you, not for you.
We do our caps for you.
Yes, so the kajad woman, beautiful queen, Constance, welcome. Oh, you honestly see this thing we are saying by I'm not trying to make it light, I know what Michelle, what I would like
host,
is going
it's
through.
A good thing. It's a good thing you're making it light. You understand? So that people will not see it as a frustrating thing. You make it light and then ask them to put themselves in this Michelle's shoes. If this girl actually, for the past 3 days, has she been sleeping well? Has she been sleeping well? What crime did she commit that she went into marriage, it did not work? So she should pay like Osinachi. Then Uche will now know that yeah, she's a good woman. God forbid that will happen. God forbid.
See, many of them, they are still in there now. Almost on daily basis now, we are treating every day. You go to social media, husband buy wife or wife buy husband. Every blessed day. Even there is no day you wake up. If he's not on Instagram, he's on Facebook. If he's not on Facebook, he's on Twitter. If you can't find it on Twitter, he's on YouTube. Yeah. If you can't even go to TikTok where they're dancing, you will still see husband buy wife buy husband buy wife. Even in where they're dancing. You will still see it here because TikTok is where they make light of everything. Just put something on Instagram now. I said there's a video I will share with you that I forgot to do it. Either on Instagram or Twitter. TikTok people will carry it and start singing and dancing with it. Husband by wife, wife by husband, husband by wife. It is there. That is to say, it's trending every day. Every day, any social media platform you go to. You will see it. And we are here preaching. If it's not working, if it's toxic, if it's abusive, please take a walk. Your life is worth more. It is worth more. It's not just Uche Maduagwu. Look at another woman, a fellow woman, my own gender, equally saying the same thing.
Somebody made a video about it. I was like, they are more spiritual than the Bible even says. If you look at it now, the way they talk about this thing, you'll be wondering which other Bible are they reading? Is it the same one you're reading? Or maybe there is a hidden Bible they discovered that they are
maybe
getting
our own is outdated. We need to go and look for the updated version.
I tell you, that statement which you made, host, is not far from what you can get in Nigeria. It's not. That's the way people in Nigeria behave. When the likes of Jim Wobodo, even with all his money, he was an ex-governor and all of that. Eventually, Bianco Juku, they went through the same thing, and church telling them that I will not. They had to go to somewhere that will wed them. And how about, you were talking about, how about women, girls that, they've married before, no, not married before. They had children before they came to marry. The church will say they are not going to wed them because you've had a child before.
You.
Then how about those that are pregnant? The church will say you can't wear white wedding dress because you have defiled yourself. So because you got to know that she's pregnant, you understand? Do you know how many times he has been doing it in the other room with that man that is looking so righteous? They don't want people to be honest with the society. People.
That is why I said that it's full of hypocrisy. Hypocrites are there. 90% of hypocrites. That is where you find them. Because everybody wants to live or pretend to live a righteous life. Maka, if pastor find out, you become the black sheep. So long as you have not been caught, you are righteous. It happened for my street too. It was like a movie. Wife took husband. They have separated already before the family reconciled them. That same night, the lady deleted the man. After reconciling them. No. It must work. It must work. Come back together. You are forcing it. And you are forcing it. Come back together. It's for better, for worse. That same night. That same night. Come back together.
The woman came back with a purpose to eliminate.
No, she was forced to come back. She knew what she has been going through in the hand of that man, and she's not ready to take it anymore. Since they were forcing them to come back, she decided that to take law into her hands, which is bad. They were forcing them, and this woman is tired of taking that nonsense from the man. Family reconciled them. And it's not as if they will reconcile them that the woman's mind will come down. No. It's not as if they will do it in a way that will make the woman's mind come down or make her feel good. No, in our family, we don't divorce. We have a name to protect. Jukwanam the name, one stupid name like that. We have a name to protect. You are a woman. You should respect your husband. Mwamo, just go back, okay? Just endure. Your mother endured. Your mother endured it. You have to learn to endure. It is the price you pay for being a woman, for being a mother. Or do you want to be among these single girls that are sleeping around? This woman, Shawona, do you want to be with them? You say, no, Papa. Go back. Go back to your husband. Oh, Papa. She carries scissors, carry knife, follow body. Mbao, I am done. Yes, Papa. Papa no go. In her mind, she already knows that you see this one is something. Somebody is going to see God, and definitely she's not the one. Somebody is visiting God that night, but she's not the one. So she went prepared.
So she's going to visit what now?
She's good. She's on earth. She's still living. Funke, that's really unbelievable. Why agree to reconciliation? Yeah. Funke she said the man demanded for Bekus that night. This man was an only child of an elderly woman planning to move to his house this December. This Christmas, only son.
Hey.
Spice.
No, the woman has other intentions. She's a mean woman. She had other intentions coming back. No, she didn't mean well. She didn't mean well at all.
But do people know what has been happening in that marriage?
She didn't mean well.
Do people know what has been happening?
Now, those that reconcile them will now be blaming themselves for doing that. That's just it.
But if the woman had refused to they will call her names. If the man has refused, they will call him names.
It might be the woman that is the abuser. It's not only the man. You understand?
That is what I'm saying. That if the man had refused, they would have called him names. If the woman had refused, they would have called her name.
See, host,
so it could be both ways.
I keep saying this, and I will not stop saying it. If you want to believe or live for the society, then go for it. If you want society to dictate to you how you want to define your happiness, then go for it and don't complain. Why am I saying this? My mother doesn't have a professor, will I say, a master's degree, neither does she have a bachelor's degree. My mother, at the time her daughter was crying in the marriage, the man was beating her blue and black. She said, Biko, you being alive is more important. Come back
Thank you.
This happened many years ago. When I mean many years ago. Okay, the last daughter just turned 31. So she had those children before she came out. Then people in the village, they called my mother all sorts of names. Did she care? No. Did those names kill her? No.
No.
She said, no, you people don't pay my bills. You people don't foot none of you had contributed any money for my children's well-being. So why would you determine their happiness? You can't determine their happiness. Not even 5 naira, nobody contributed. Then you now come and tell me, no, why must she come back? Is she the only one that her husband is beating? As my mother said, her father never raised his hand on me. So I don't want to set that precedent. I have 6 girls. You get what I'm saying? They will call you names. They would say all things they want to say. Let them say. You can't be the first person. Till tomorrow they will call another person.
This is what I see. You are not the first, and you will not be the last. You see, as far as heaven and earth exist, this earth we live in exists. There will be marriage and divorce. There will be a time to born and a time to waka. There is time for everything. See, we can run, we can never run. It has been happening since the time of John the Baptist. After all, who did this man marry that made the woman demand for the head of John the Baptist? Herod. Is it not his brother's wife? Did Herod not go and collect his brother's wife? This thing has been happening. So it's not new. It will continue to happen. So people, yes, I know not everyone have that strong mental capacity to assimilate things like this. Some people don't have this, that capacity, believe me. But if you can, as much as you can, do not pay heed, do not listen. So long as you're an adult, you are no longer a child, you're above 18. Man, is your decision, is your call. You call the shot, not those people, not all these people typing. Social media.
Honestly, I'm tired of hearing because of what they will say. Let them say. Let them say. Be alive while they are saying it, not 6 feet under while they are saying it. Let them say. Because it will not stop. People with their gossip, it will not stop. Then eventually, what happened to my sister? When my sister now came back to the village after many years, people saw her, so miri the chagena, those people. Those people that say she should remain there and buy them. They were the ones, you know the way they do it in the village.
And they are coming to collect something, of course. They are coming to collect something.
You know already. So let them talk, but be alive to hear the gossip. Not 6 feet under. Don't be 6 feet under. That people should stop listening to people. I really pray they should stop. If you know where your happiness is, go for your happiness. If somebody is dealing with you in a marriage, whether you're the husband, the woman is dealing with you, or you're the wife, the man is dealing with you, one day talk to your inner self and get the courage to walk out her life. Walk out her life.
And if you want to remarry, step oyoyo, and the church refused to wed you, please go and do traditional marriage and do court wedding. Go and do traditional marriage. Once you are married traditionally, you are fully married. You are doing the court wedding for document sake. If church refused to wed you, move on. Because me and this church wedding is borrowed wedding because we are doing it. Me personally, I refuse to do it. I said I'm not doing it. I've done this one. I want to do court wedding. Am I not a woman? I said I don't want. Yes, let me me be the first woman that will say I don't want church wedding. Yes, I'm that woman, that first woman on earth. If there, I don't need there. If there are other women like me, that I'm that one woman who said I don't want white wedding.
My children
because
are asking me for another wedding, so that they can be flower girls and chief bridesmaids.
Hey, whoa. My princess, don't worry. You come to Brazil, I will do something bigger than wedding even. Oh yeah, that's the man. That's the man that posted on Instagram that back then when they were growing up, 3 of their neighbors went and went to a brothel and got married to 3 umashawu. Yes, umasa. 3, and the marriage is over 20 years now. The 3 of them, the marriage is standard. People criticize, people said all sorts, but today that marriage is still flourishing. Those men are very happy that they cannot understand why they chose to, but they are very happy today. And they are the best marriage that they can see today. The 3 marriages are still standing, and the women are amazing. They are awesome. Though people said also, they dragged them, they said, now, imagine going to the 3 of them made up their mind. But these women have proven to be good wives and amazing mothers. That even they themselves, they're like, wow, people who married from the church, when these people went to, that their own marriages have packed up. People who married decent girls, people they thought they are decent girls, good wife material, their marriages have packed up. But these 3, they got from that brothel that they know. Their marriage is still flourishing till today. Their decision, people didn't understand. But you see, nobody is a write-off.
Yes.
There is always a hope for someone out there. People are redeemable. I know there are some who are not redeemable, but there are others too who are redeemable. And if God says that this person, this is your destiny, this is where you will be, one Bobo will find you and marry you, and you give birth to a child who will come out to be somebody great and redeem this country, that is where the person will be. We don't call the shot. God calls the shot.
Yes.
God called the shot. For the likes of Uche Maduagwu, who are there, madman with 2 mosquito, that in lenga leg, and that is skeleton. If they say draw skeletal system of a man, I will just look for Uche Maduagwu, let him stand, and I will be able to draw the skeletal system of a man.
Oh, you don't have joy, host.
I got Anika, but I got the nega mosquito. He's only with beautiful Michelle Dede. He's bringing mouse for Michelle Dede. If I catch that guy, hold on, I will break him into 2.
Honestly, there is no spiritual backing in what he said. So the only thing I will tell Michelle is to just hold her head, shoulders high. You understand? And not give a hoot about what Uche said. Uche is looking for relevance, and unfortunately, people are giving him attention, which they are not supposed to, honestly, because that guy, we don't understand his lifestyle. Is either you are A or you are B, but he refused to be A, he refused to be B, and he's on the fence. So he has a lot going on in his life that he needs to fix and leave people alone with their religion. He should leave them alone. If he's not a priest, he should come and tell her. That's how he has been dragging you, Ledoche, for many months now, and he's still dragging you. So I don't know who made him a priest, who made him a judge or jury. I don't know, but I mean, the guy has nothing good to say about people. It's unfortunate.
Always evil about people, always saying negative things about his colleagues. He never finds anything good around people. Since he's been dragging you Ledoche will tell you on message, but he just kept him quiet. So he's just looking for recognition, just looking for attention, cheap popularity. That's what I call people like that. They are looking for cheap popularity. And the reason why I'm bringing this is not because Uche Maduagwu talk make any sense, but because of what has been happening. And a lot of people are equally coming out to say things like this too. They are carrying it out. The aim of this stream today is to say it does not have. There is no any spiritual implication. No bad omen. Rita Dominic's marriage is going to work. Her marriage will flourish. Oh, it will flourish. All those bad belly annual food, you know, she's 37. Sorry, she's 47.
47.
And a lot of them who are single, they've not found their own. She has found hers. And she did her wedding in a grand style. Jealousy want to finish them. So they will join the likes of Uche Maduagwu to come and steal rubbish. Sorry, see that dear Rita Dominic is taking and she's married. Cornelius said something for they said that there no violence here. Marvelina, my queen, thank you so much. Thank you. One, your man, in fact, let's draw the curtain here. We've done justice to this. I will keep talking, you know now. I'll keep talking. Anyone I see, I'll keep talking. The more we talk, we pray that there will be sanity in the society. We can't all keep quiet. That's the truth. You keep talking, I'll keep talking. We all keep talking. We keep doing our best.
Yeah,
we don't pay attention to all these irrelevant people, who irresponsible human being wearing bra inside the market. What when I see him do, madman, colomenta, that guy na jabba left and I just go lock him inside here.
All right, so I'm gonna leave you to round up. Thank you for having me, and to everyone in the comment section, you guys are amazing. Thank you for being awesome. Thank you for your support and your love, as always. Stay blessed, everybody.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Stay blessed. I really appreciate you. You are awesome. God bless you. Oyoyo. Oyoyo's world. The one and Oyoyo, the one and only Oyoyo fresh. Oyoyo Ndoki kitchen. Oyoyo fresh. Oyoyo world. Hey, only you, Wanyama. You too much. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate your patience, your love, and support here on my live stream. Constant space. He's attention seeker. Thank you. He's an attention seeker. He's just looking for relevance. Does he even do any movie? Is anybody calling him for any movie? Do they call Uche Maduagwu? Have you even seen any of his movie? The last time I checked, I can't remember even watching any of his movie. They all call him Nollywood actor. Nollywood, how many movies has Uche Maduagwu done? How many movies has he been able to feature in? How many movies? I can't count his movies. So the last time I don't know him in any movie. Olufunke, have you watched Uche Maduagwu's movie? Do you know him in any of the movies? I've not seen, except he acted a madman, and that's the reason why I didn't recognize him. Otherwise, I don't see the movies he has done that they call him Nollywood actor. They should call him one of these Nollywood actor wannabe. That's who he is, Nollywood wannabe. Always bring him out to insult his colleagues because they don't feature him. They don't feature him anymore in movies. Nobody calls him. I don't know his movie. I don't know any movie he has done. He's just one irrelevant human being in the industry. Maybe he has been doing mad things because that's the only role that fits him very well. Madman, mad person's role, because that is who he is. He's a madman. He's always on pant and bra. He will go to the market and be destroying things, scattering. How can a sane human being? If you don't know him, maybe let me even give him traffic a little bit. Go and check him. You come back and say, so is this man you're even talking about? Somebody that wear red bra, wear pants, wear woman shimmy, and be running up and down, shouting, hey. Maybe it's only mad role. Only mad role. That is the only thing he does. In fact, anytime they want to say Nollywood, they say Nollywood mad actor role. So that we'll know who they're referring to. That is Uche Maduagwu. Thank you so much. Be the carer with case. Thank you, Queen. I really appreciate you. Olufunke, God bless you, Marvelina. Thank you so much. Oyoyo Wanyoma, kitchen avocado, Constance Place, my gorgeous Wanyoma. Thank you. AE29. Thank you so much. Cornelius, my darling husband, you're awesome. You're amazing, okay? I really appreciate you all. Thank you so much for your love and your support. You guys have been... Mel, thank you so much. Let's do this again tomorrow, same time, okay? If I don't call your name, please pardon me. My laptop already shut down and I'm struggling to use my hand to scroll through my phone here on the stream. I've never seen him. Maybe he's the one acting gods or juju. He's the one acting mad person. If you want to see Uche Maduagwu, go and look. Maybe any madman they use in movies, that acted the role very well, that nailed the role very well. It's possible that it's Uche Maduagwu. That's the only role. But when they say Nollywood actor, I don't see the movies he has done. All he does on Instagram is display his mad character there and drag troll young other colleagues, dragging them, other successful colleagues. That is where his power lies. Or what you book on so or movie can he act? Mba. Madman. Looking for attention. Anyway, guys, God bless you all. Thank you so much for your time. In case you've not given me a thumbs up and you're watching this stream, what are you waiting for now? Please give me a thumbs up. And if you're watching me from the background, come in and give me a thumbs up. Come and give me. See, we content creators, we like thumbs up a lot. It's like it's like food to us. Bonaich, thank you so much. Thumbs up, and go on, give me thumbs up. If you're watching me from the background, give me thumbs up. It's like food to us. We eat thumbs up is what gives us joy. It gives us joy. So if you're watching, just come and give thumbs up. I say, oh, this woman that is talking, let me dash her thumbs up. Come and do that, okay? Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate you. Let's call it a day tonight. Until we meet again tomorrow, same time on Love Night with Spicy Talk with Omadia. Leave you guys with this music, Peace of Mind. And I want to say before I go, Rita Dominic's marriage is gonna work. Her marriage is gonna be a huge success. In fact, the marriage is already working. The last time I checked, they're already in their honeymoon. Alima too, you're still cooking your thumbs up. How many hours should I wait before you finish cooking your thumbs up and give it to me? Yes, so Kitchen Avocado, you don't even know him. Said me, I don't know him. So if you're watching from the background, come in. People like Alimatu that have been watching from the background and cooking their thumbs up, come in and drop the thumbs up. Now, don't done. Stop cooking it. You don't done. No thumbs up, don't done. No thumbs up. The sweet also. Rita Dominic and Fidelis Anosike, they are doing pekus. They are chopping, doing kerewa somewhere, enjoying their honeymoon. People like the life of Uche Maduagwu, their skeletal system of a man. They are there, spoiling their life. They think they are doing it with Rita. Rita is happily married. Michelle Dede is living the best of her life. She's a successful woman, doing the best she can. Even as a divorcee, she's successful. And God will bless her. When the right time comes, God will bless her with an amazing husband, an awesome man who deserves her. So nothing is removed from her. Nothing diminishes her as a woman. She's still that awesome, amazing Michelle Dede. I give it to her, girl. I give it to you. Don't mind Uche Maduagwu. That one, screw has left his head. I leave you guys with this. Thank you so much. Be kind to one another. Before you post anything on social media, ask yourself if it's worth it. What is the aim? What is the intention? People are going through a lot. Be nice, be kind, and let love live. I'll leave you guys with this. Thank you so much. Peace of mind. Play now. Thank you, guys. Bye. Thank you.
Yes, I need you because I want you. You're the only one for me. I'm from home after the party. The world is stressing me. I hurt you because I know you got it. And you're my company. Anytime I call you, you can turn up. And you always come through for me. Peace of mind, yeah. You make me feel what's like the ocean. You give me peace of mind, yeah. Your body's lit up and attention. Peace of mind, yeah. Please give me peace of mind. Please give me peace of mind. You give me peace of mind. You give me peace of mind. Because of my body, my problem, my baby. Oh yeah, you give me peace of mind. You give me peace of mind.